All right. Hello, world. My name is Andreas, and welcome to my Substack. So, I will start a documentation of vibe coding an idea into a full-fledged product and then, continue developing it. So, it's a multi-AI agent or multi-agent product that I built, a fact checker. And I had the idea to document how I did this for a long time because I see a lot of people still talking about AI, actually, way too much about vibe coding ideas, MEBs, and I did all this stuff as well, but no one really documents exactly how they brought something to production because not a lot of people do. I do see a lot of, vibe coded web pages in this sort of like templates that you have within builders, but not a lot of people actually build a complete proper app that is scalable and usable and has users that are paying. And so I decided to document what I do and what I learn along the way. And I will do it retrospectively until I catch up and then, continue to share what I learn along the way. So today I have two things that I want to first address. First is what am I documenting, so what I will be sharing. And the second is sort of this paralysis of overcoming the fear of starting something new, which this documentary is for me. So first, about what am I documenting? So I have been building things myself for a long time. I had my first startup in 2019, which sadly crashed. I built a lot of vibe-coded tools. I used, I think, at least 15 different platforms from Bolt, New, and Lovable, and Nan, and whatever the out there is with Google AI Stack and stuff. And in 2025, around in November, I saw that there's a hackathon by DevPost, a DevPost hackathon with Google DeepMind, about their Google AI Studio. I really liked it. I started playing around, built a few, little apps with it, and it was quite cool. And then I wondered if I could, within the time frame of the hackathon, bring a idea to production, like all the way. I have never done this. I'm not a coder myself at all. And I was just wondering, could I build it, have all the payment integrations, the hosting, everything done so it's a scalable micro app? And I couldn't really find anyone who did this in this way. So I did it during the months of December and January. And it became sort of a hobby to learn more about AI, about agents, about building, about vibe coding. It's quite cool. So it became a hobby almost. And at some point I decided I want to document what I did so I have something to look back what I learned along the way. Which brings me a bit to the second point, this paralysis of how do you actually start something like that, especially if you're a few months in already. It's not day one and I commit, now I will just do that. I've been vibe coding for a few months already on this project. So how do you do that? The first was, of course, I just write about it, make some concise bullet points, but then I hate journaling, man. I'm not a journaling guy. I tried so many times, but I'm not good with journaling. So video it is, or podcast. Now, I do have some YouTube channels, but they're well done. I try to make nice shots. I take a lot of time in editing, so I can't do a high production value sort of documentation if I just do it myself. It's just way too much work. I don't want to do that. I will just lose the joy of doing it. So I decided why not go with Substack, which I decided on, and try something a bit different and just directly into camera, uncut, one take, talking about what I'm doing. And this idea sort of like was in my head for quite a long time, but I started procrastinating around it, just with, well, what camera should I be using? What should the backdrop look like? How do I script this? What if I make mistakes and all this sort of stuff? And it led to a little, paralysis of not doing it. And by now it's April 15. And just today I decided, okay, let's just 3, 2, 1, go and just do it. And here I am. So if you also experience something similar in a way of I sort of want to, but I don't know how, count down from 3, 2, 1 and just do it. In a few months, you will be a lot better at this. I will become more comfortable talking like this because I do it more often. And then I can look back like, hey, that's how I started, but I have some accountability because I published something, which I think is the whole point of starting something new. You suck at the beginning and you get better at it. So that's how I decided for Substack, and that's how I decided to this format. So I will catch up with what I did over the past quarter a bit more over the next weeks. I will just record a few of these and just go step by step through it, how I did the ideation phase, how I built the MVP, how I built this out, what tool stack I used, how I hosted it, and this sort of stuff. I will just roll out step by step what I did until I catch up. And then we will continue to going together into the future, because I'm currently learning how to train my own model, which is a lot more difficult than I thought because I do have a full-time job. So this is just on the side as a hobby for me. So if you have questions or want to join, feel free. Happy to have you. If not, then this is for my future self. And it's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for being here. See you around. Bye.